Hi guys, it's Crystal. Welcome back to my channel. Today I want to show you how we're going to make a cover for this laptop my daughter got for Christmas. Now this one, as you can hear, has texture. It's got these lines across it. So we're going to find out together whether the vinyl will stick. And I'm going to be using adhesive foil. So what we're going to do is we're going to use this setting, because I remember the last time I tried to cut with foil, I really had a hard time. So I'm going to use the adhesive foil setting first, and if it doesn't cut it out, then I think I'm going to try the acetate setting and just see what that does. And we'll continue on until I get the perfect cut, so we can learn together to make sure which one's going to cut this. And so the first thing that I'm going to do to prepare is I'm going to take some rubbing alcohol and a paper towel, and I'm going to go ahead and wipe off any oils. That way the vinyl will stick to this really well. So I'm just taking the rubbing alcohol and just rubbing it all across the top. So I'm going to try not to really touch this too much so I can keep my oils off of it. So what I have done is I'm going to cut out her name. So let's go ahead and get started on that. Okay, so I've got my mat ready, and the first color that we're going to use, because these are going to come out individually instead of together, because I wanted to break up the colors. So we're going to be doing, let me get it off the roll here. I'm going to be doing this really pretty blue here and this pink. So the first color we're working with is the blue. So I'm going to go ahead and get that on the mat. I'm going to go ahead and get this down on my corner here where it's going to cut. This to lay down a little bit better, you can take your brayer tool and just kind of rub it down just a little bit, just like that. And now what we're going to do is I'm going to go ahead and load it into the machine. Just load it into the machine. I'm going to go ahead and choose the settings, and I'm going to go type in foil. Use the adhesive foil setting, and now I'm ready to go. I've got the blade that I like to use for my vinyl in there, and I'm going to hit go. And the font that I'm using is from Duff Fonts. It is free fonts. I'll leave the link down below. And I'm using Doodle Gum. Now I will probably speed this up here in just a minute because it's such an intricate cut. You'll have to go look at the Doodle Gum to kind of see. You'll see whenever I get done, obviously, but it's a very intricate cut, so it's going to take a little while, so I'll probably speed up through this process, and then if this doesn't work, we'll try another one. Okay, as you can see, I had to stop this because my paper started to move. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and get my green mat to put this on to help with it. But let's go ahead and test it first before we proceed forward, because I could always keep these two and take away the one. So let's go ahead and test it out and see how it's working out so far. I'm just going to go ahead and test this one first. So we'll grab just a little piece here. Okay, so far that does seem to be working really well. So hopefully you guys can see this. Probably need to go in here and lift it here so I don't mess it up. Help it pick itself up. Just like that. So far we know that it is working out really well on the adhesive foil settings. So I'm going to go ahead and leave it just like that. I'm going to go erase these two and go ahead. That way it'll just cut the last one so I don't have to worry about wasting these two. Okay, so now we're going to use the green mat. I took one of my long mats and cut it in half, as you can see here. You can see the bottom. I didn't have any 12 by 12, so I went ahead and just cut it down. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and get my foil back down on here really quick. I'm going to use my brayer tool to adhere it. And I'm going to go ahead now and load it again. I already have adhesive foil settings. I took away the other 2 letters. Okay, so here is our last letter from that, and that stuck a lot better on the green mat. So now I already have my next color ready to go, and I'm just going to go ahead and get it down. I've already got it cut to size. And once again, I'm going to use my brayer tool here to go ahead and get that to stay down. There we go. I'm going to load it and hit go. And I will do the same thing, and I'll go ahead and speed up through the process. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and unload that, and I'm going to go ahead and weed these out, and we'll be right back. Okay, so now I have these all weeded out, and since they are so intricate, I have decided to go ahead and take these 2 plain vinyl colors here, and what I'm going to do is on the blue ones, I'm going to put the pink as the background. I'm going to put it on there, and I'll just trim around it with my little scissors. And then I'm going to put the pink one on top of this color right here. So that'll be its background. So I'm going to go ahead and show you what I mean by that. So let me go ahead and take my scissors, and I'm going to go ahead and separate these. So that way they're already ready to go. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some of my transfer tape from the Dollar Tree. That's what I'm going to use today, the contact paper. And I'm going to cut me out a pretty good size here. So what I'm going to do is get my transfer paper here. Let's start with the A. Go ahead and get my transfer tape here and pick that up. And put this back down for just a second so I can kind of rub it out so that way it's ready to go. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my pink color here and go ahead and cut it down to size about what I need. And then I'm going to go ahead and take my letter and pick it up. Let's see, let me go ahead and get it rubbed on here really good so I can get it picked up. We'll just do it this way. So I'm holding the back side of the vinyl paper and putting it onto the transfer paper, just like that. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to lay it right down on top of this vinyl, just like so. And I'll take my little scraper tool here and just get it rubbed down really good. And that's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to continue to do that. So hopefully you guys can pick that up. That way I have a background for this. And it'll go down hopefully better into the groove. So I'm going to go ahead and release that onto this. And so then the next step is I'm going to go ahead and, since this is such a simple outside here, I'm just going to go all the way and fussy cut around the outside. What I could have done is I could have went back into Cricut, used the contour and hid all of this. Sorry, I could have hid all of the inside and then just had the outside shape, and it could have cut that and I would have laid it perfectly on there. But I don't really want to fuss with it, so I figured this would just be easier just to go ahead and fussy cut these out because they won't take too long. Because you can see how fast I've already just almost done with the A. So, and yeah, I'm going to waste more vinyl probably this way, but I could get a little more in tuned and go ahead and cut more of the exact size that I would need. And I wouldn't waste too much. But this is what I'm going to do. So then I'll have it just like this. And then in a minute, I'll be able to pick that up. And then that way we can lay them down on here just like this. So that's my goal. So I'm going to go ahead and do the rest of these and we'll be right back. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and line these up how I want them so I can cut out my transfer tape to pick them up. Oh, this is a Y. I was sitting here looking at it thinking what's going on. Okay, so I'm going to line these up how I want them. And that way I can kind of get them as pretty, straight as I can. And then spaced out as much as I want them to be. And then I'm going to get my transfer tape and pick them up. So about like that looks good to me. What I'm going to do is very carefully kind of get this over and push down and just go back and kind of rub over these so that way I can pick them up just like that. And then I'm just going to rub over them like so. Now I can go back and peel the backs off of each one of these. Okay, so just like that, now we're ready to go. What I'm going to do is I'm going to find out where I want this, and I'm going to try to get it as straight as possible and kind of even it up a little bit. So about like that seems okay to me, seems pretty even. So I'm going to set it down just like that, and then with my fingers, I'm going to go ahead and press in what I can. And then my plan for the grooves is I'm just going to go ahead and come in here and kind of, first of all, rub these down just like so. And then I was thinking about taking my tool here and kind of rubbing them down into the grooves, into the individual grooves, so I know it's not going to move anywhere. Just like that. And then I'll come to the next one and do the same thing. Okay. So just like that. So now we're ready to peel it off and see what it's going to look like. So just like that. And like I said, if it was a flat surface, you wouldn't need to do anything like that. I just wanted to make sure it was going to last over time. So this is what it looks like. And hopefully you guys can see where I've kind of pushed it down into the cracks. But I just think that's cute for her. So I figure she's really into like narwhals and stuff like that. And I figure we can create some different little things for the whole laptop to keep it looking cute. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you found it helpful. If you did, please hit the like button down below and subscribe. And I'll see you on the next one.